Physical exfoliation? Chemical exfoliation?
Which exfoliator is effective for my skin?
Is it okay to use a physical exfoliator and a chemical exfoliator at the same time? All the do's and don'ts on exfoliation. Hey guys, welcome back to Wishtrend TV. It's your sister Eunice here.
And it's Casper. Welcome back to Do and Don't. Today's episode is on exfoliation.
Yes, so you guys, more and more, a lot of Wishtrenders are starting to really love Do's and Don'ts series. That's why today we have brought a topic that we felt like everybody will be very interested in. Today, we are going to talk about exfoliation.
Exfoliation is something that we always think about. If our skin was okay one day and then suddenly it seems to be a little bit wrong, it might have to do with dead skin cells.
So by just controlling our dead skin cells, actually our skincare routine and makeup routine can become so much easier. All right guys, what are we waiting for? Let's get started and let's start learning.
So before we begin with anything, we need to talk about why exfoliation is important.
Our skin is covered with a shield called the skin barrier, and this helps to protect our skin from external irritation. This barrier is made up of stratum corneum, and stratum corneum goes through a process that constantly sheds and is replaced with new skin cells.
That's right, this is called a turnover. And when this happens without any problem, your skin will look smooth and there will be no problems. However, if this turnover cycle goes a little bit off, and for example, if your skin replaces its cells faster than it sheds them, then you might end up with excess skin cells and they kind of bind together.
So if your dead skin cells start to pile up, then your skin complexion can start looking really dull. And then if it gets severe, it can get really white and it can get flaky. Even if you use a cream with amazing ingredients in there, it's not going to be able to absorb fully into your skin. And your makeup will not go on as flawlessly as you would wish to. It's going to start looking cakey and flaky, and it's just going to be a really bad condition.
Oh, I hate that. On top of that, if your dead skin cells don't shed when they're supposed to, they may clog your pores and cause breakouts. So it's super important to take care of your dead skin cells.
Physical exfoliators are pretty self-explanatory. They physically remove dead skin cells.
And chemical exfoliators remove dead skin cells with chemical ingredients.
Physical exfoliators is done by using products like Gommage peeling or clay masks or scrubs.
And chemical exfoliators can be done with ingredients that are commonly found in our skincare ingredients such as AHA, BHA, PHA, and LHA.
Alright, so in today's Do and Don'ts, we're gonna talk about what exfoliating method suits our skin types, and also we're gonna talk about how to use an exfoliator right so that you can see the results that you are looking for.
Do. Effectively use physical exfoliators. Like Eunice mentioned before, physical exfoliating is removing dead skin cells using ingredients such as scrubs, clays, and Gommage.
So a lot of scrubs do come with kind of rough sugar, but they do melt with the heat of your hand. I'm gonna show you this one right here. Because they do have really large grains of that sugar, it does remove dead skin cells effectively. Ooh. I'm gonna put it on my hands. And usually scrubs, they do have shea butter or other like oil ingredients in there so that it can massage your skin really well, so you can both exfoliate while you get that massaging down.
Along with removing dead skin cells, scrubs also help with removing sebum and oil. That's why we recommend it for people who have oily skin, and because the grains come in direct contact with the skin, we recommend it for people who don't have sensitive skin.
If you think that scrubs can be too harsh but you still want instant exfoliating result,
try using a clay mask or a Gommage peeling mask product.
Clay masks stick to your skin and remove dead skin cells and sebum. Gommage peeling masks have cellulose, which help dead skin cells to clump up together so they can be removed.
They are less irritating than scrub type, so it's perfect for people with oily skin and sensitive skin.
So we do want to recommend using physical exfoliators like scrubs, clay masks, or Gommage peeling once a week rather than using it too often. Do. Effectively use chemical exfoliators.
There is also a way of removing dead skin cells as a part of your skincare routine without using any force.
That's right. So you don't have to use a mask. You don't have to use your physical, hands to remove everything physically. All you have to do is use a product that has exfoliating ingredients. And these products are chemical exfoliators.
So what do I have to do if I want to find a product with an exfoliating effect?
It's super easy. All you have to do is check the ingredient list, baby.
The chemical exfoliating ingredients that we could easily find are AHA and BHA, which you guys have already heard of probably. And if these ingredients are in your products, then they're helping you exfoliate.
That's right. So AHA stands for alpha hydroxy acid. It means that it's an acid that's extracted from fruits. There's actually a lot of different kinds, but the most common one that you can see and you can find easily is glycolic acid. And along with glycolic acid, you have citric acid, malic acid, tartaric acid, and lactic acid. So if you see any of these on the ingredient list, it means that it contains AHA.
AHA is water soluble, so it means that it only affects the surface of the skin. That's why it helps with not only exfoliation but also moisturization, so it's awesome for people with dry and combination skin.
Then what is BHA? Now, unlike AHA, BHA is oil soluble. That's why it's very effective for those of you with oily skin types to combination. And because it is oil soluble, it can reach deeper into the pores and it can dissolve sebum really effectively.
That's right, so if you guys have oily skin, we recommend products with BHA. Look out for salicylic acid.
Some other chemical exfoliating ingredients that are really popular these days are PHA and LHA. And you can think of them really easily like they're a more gentle version of AHA and BHA. Now, PHA is a more gentle version of AHA. The particles are much bigger, so it sinks into the skin slowly. That's why it's less irritating to the skin. And it's very effective for exfoliating dry and thin skin. And we did mention that AHA is water soluble and also PHA is water soluble as well. That's why it's very effective for controlling your skin's pH level and also skin regeneration. PHA products have ingredients called such as gluconolactone and also lactobionic acid on the ingredient list.
Then what about LHA? So LHA is a milder version of BHA, and we've mentioned before that BHA is another word for salicylic acid. LHA is a similar compound derivative made by altering BHA, and it has larger particles which makes it less irritating. It doesn't penetrate into the skin as much, but like BHA, it has anti-inflammatory effects. Also, it helps remove sebum and exfoliation. If the product contains the ingredient caprylonyl salicylic acid, then it means it contains LHA. If you have acne-prone skin that is sensitive, then LHA products are the way to go.
Chemical exfoliators like AHA, BHA, PHA, LHA, they don't remove dead skin cells right away. They actually dissolve dead skin cells very slowly and they help to maintain your turnover cycle. That's why we do want to recommend that you use it at nighttime.
Skincare after exfoliating.
So, are we done after exfoliating?
No, we still have to do skincare. After exfoliating, your skin is prone to sensitivity. So even if you have healthy skin, you just removed a layer of dead skin cells. So you need to protect your skin from external irritants.
That's right. So it's so important for us to remember to apply sunscreen because sometimes we do forget about that. So after exfoliation, make sure to apply sunscreen. And of course, if you do exfoliate at nighttime, you do have to remember to apply sunscreen in the morning time, the day after.
Once you exfoliate, the inner layer of the skin becomes exposed, so it is going to be more sensitive and easily dried out. That's why moisturizing is so important. After exfoliating, make sure you apply a thicker layer of moisturizer than you usually would.
Don't exfoliate every day with sensitive skin. Now, if you do have acne and thin skin, exfoliation may be a little bit tricky for you.
That's right, just using any exfoliating product just because you see some dead skin cells may be a little dangerous. Before anything, you need to think about what type of skin you have and how thick your skin barrier is. Like
we mentioned before, if you have healthy skin, you can use physical exfoliators to see immediate results. Now, if you have drier skin type, we do want to recommend that you try using AHA and PHA. If you have acne-prone, oilier skin types, we want to recommend that you try BHA and LHA.
And what's more important is how often you use these products. Even if you have healthy skin, using a physical exfoliator more than twice a week can damage your skin. So make sure you follow the instructions written on your product.
Now, for healthy skin and oily skin types, we want to recommend that you exfoliate about 1 to 2 times a week. And if you have sensitive skin type, we want to recommend that you exfoliate about once a week or every 2 weeks.
For sensitive skin types, we don't recommend adding more than one chemical exfoliating product inside your skincare routine. So for example, if you're using a chemical exfoliating cleanser, for example, then don't add another exfoliating product into your next part of your skincare.
Don't. Ingredients to avoid after exfoliating. When your skin is soft and smooth, it's baby butt-like, it's really soft, you may think that applying a very high-functioning product with strong ingredients will be good for your skin. But this is not the case. And especially if you do have sensitive skin, you have to be more careful.
High-functioning products such as pure vitamin C products with low pHs can cause skin flushing. And these kind of products already have exfoliating effects in them, so it's best to avoid them if you have sensitive skin.
Adding hydration and moisture with an essence or cream is more recommended. Now, after the exfoliation, you might think, oh my gosh, it's over, but it's not over, you guys. The aftercare is as important.
You may think that using several exfoliating products in your routine will help prevent dead skin cells from piling up.
But this is not recommended. Using just one exfoliating product on your skin is enough. Some people might think because you're using a chemical exfoliator, you can't see instant results right off the bat. So you may actually use a physical exfoliator right after along with it. But please don't do that. This can actually make your skin so much more sensitive, and it can really do some heavy damages for your skin.
If you want to have effective results using chemical exfoliators, let your skin correct its turnover cycle and be patient.
Now, is it okay to use both AHA and BHA in one routine? You guys might ask. Yes, if your skin is healthy, if it's thick, and you want that drastic result, you can use them together. But in the morning, it's better to stick with just one exfoliant because it can cause skin irritation. For combination skin types, we want to recommend that you try using BHA on the oilier side, on the T-zone, and then maybe on the drier side, trying AHA.
That's right, so AHA and PHA are water soluble and BHA and LHA are oil soluble, so you can cross-select between whatever you need. And these days you even have products with these ingredients combined, such as AHA plus BHA or PHA plus LHA, so you don't even need to mix these up together.
Alright, in today's episode, we talked about exfoliating products. We really hope that you guys enjoyed, and that we hope that we answered a lot of the questions that you guys might have had.
All the products that we mentioned within this video are in the descriptions down below, and we really hope that you guys can find a good exfoliating routine with the information that we've shared with you.
And if you can actually share with us a really good exfoliating product that you want to share with our Wishtrenders, please comment below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
We'll see you guys next time. Subscribe and hit the bell button to see when our next video is up, and bye guys.
Bye! Bye, Wishtrenders!